All right. The 6th grade class held elections for class president. This graph shows the results. Here's the results. Shows you how many people chose each one. If you look, Rima won. All right, so any of these that don't show Rima winning, we can get rid of because it wants us to represent the same data in a circle graph. All right, well, this has Rima winning. Cool. This one has Ishmael winning. Can't be. All right, this one has Rima and Ishmael tied. No, Rima is not tied with anybody, so that's no good. Right here and here have Rima winning. All right, cool. Now this one shows Juan and Haley at about the same. This one shows Juan and Ishmael about the same. So let's see which ones have the same. Well, Ishmael is on a league of his own. Juan and Haley are at the same level. So Juan and Haley are at the same level with Rima winning and Ishmael in second. It has to be A. This one has Haley above Ishmael and Juan. And Haley is not above Ishmael. I think I'm saying that right. Ishmael?
Ishmael.
No.
Ishmael.
It's from Moby Dick, that book, very old book. The first line of it is, my name is Ishmael. All right. Done. And now, oh, we're getting so close. I'm so excited. All right. And we have like 2 of them marked out coming up. All right. Here we go. We're actually going to finish this with a few minutes to spare, and I'll let you guys get on laptops once we finish this. All right. Which property is illustrated by the number sentence? All right, properties. We didn't really get deep into properties. My understanding is they're not really going to be on the SOL, but I still want to cover this one because this is a simple one to learn anyway. All right. So 0.7 plus 1 times 0. Okay, I don't care if it's a million plus a trillion. If it's times 0, the answer is going to be 0. All right, so which one of these has the word 0 in it? B. Multiplicative property of 0. So anything times 0 equals 0. Multiply property of 0. Multiplicative property of 0. Just let you know, anything times 0 is 0. So that should be an easy one for you if it does show up on the test. If it does. All right. This one, not doing it. This is another one. Dependent events. That's another probability one. So it's basically if you have a bag of marbles and you pick something blindly, what are the chances of getting this? Okay, now if you place that marble aside and grab another one, how did your chances change? But if you put that marble back in, it doesn't change. So that's the difference between dependent and independent events. Just a tidbit, not going to be on the SOL. Don't waste your brain power. We're good to go. All right. First 5 terms of the sequence are shown. 4, 10, 16, 22, 28. What is the common difference? Common difference. The word difference means what? Subtract. So this is going to be add or subtract. Now it stinks. It could also be add. I'm going to let you know that right now. So even though it says difference, it's to add, subtract. Common difference is for adding and subtracting. Common ratio is multiplying, dividing. All right. So you can look at this and know 4 times something does not equal 10. It would have to be 4 times 2.5. They're not going to have you guys do that. So you can look at this and go, this is definitely addition. All right. 4. Guys, you could just take the first 2 and subtract big or minus small. 10 minus 4 is 6. So 4 plus 6 is 10. Plus 6 is 16. Plus 6 is 22. Plus 6 is 28. All right. So common difference is 6. Done. It's going by 6s. All right. Oh yeah. Here we go. We love these. I know how much you love these. Stop and calm down. I know how excited you are. It's okay. All right. So we need to get on 23, it says. 23, 23, 23, 23. Which one ends up on it? I'm going to go through each one. Even if you know which one it is by looking at it, let's still try it out. All right. So take out the left, move it in 1. Take out the right, move it in 1. Take out the left, move it in 1. Right, move it in. Oh, left, move it in. Right, move it in. Left, move it in. Right, move it in. Yeah, I kind of have a feeling it's going to be A. We can work the other ones, but I'm going to tell you right now it's going to be A. So it's A. No reason. Just left and right, left and right, left and right. You see these, get the leftmost X, grab the rightmost X. Grab the leftmost X, grab the right one. All right, that's it. Yeah. Oh, and for my cheaters out there, let me just tell you. All right. All you have to do is say, okay, this has 122, 22, has two 23s, 23, 23, has a 25, and it has a 27. I'm showing you guys that are going to use the calculator and say, I hate the X's. There are those out there, so I'm showing you. Here you go. You can do this. You can do this. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. So add all these and then divide by 5. That's all you got to do to find the average, right? So 22 plus 23 plus 23 plus 25 plus 27. 22 plus 23 plus 23 plus 25 plus 27. All right, 120. All right, 120 divided by 5 equals 24, not 23, so it doesn't work. All right, so it's not B, all right, because that would have all ended on 24 instead. So that's another way to do these, guys. If you're having trouble with it or it didn't end up the way it's supposed to and you don't want to redo it, guys, just go ahead and do that way. For every X, you put the number. If there's two X's on a number, put the number twice, 23, 23, because there's two X's on 23. All right, and that's all this is. This is the same thing as average. It's just a visual way of doing it, and if you're having trouble doing it, bust out that calculator. All right, turning it over. All right, we're already on 43 out of 50, and we're skipping one of them, so we're almost there, guys. 6 left. All right, which property is illustrated? Property. Something times 1 is something. All right, anything times 1 is itself. If you, a million times 1 is a million, 5 times 1 is 5, negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. Anything times 1 is the same. So therefore, identity does not change. Which one is about multiplying identity?
The second one.
The second one. So, multiplicative identity property. If you, the identity doesn't change if you times 1. Now, it's not going to have the word 1. The 0 one had the word 0 in it, which is nice. This one doesn't have the word 1 in it. It just has identity. So your identity doesn't change. And if you look at it, yeah, it didn't change. 13 is still 13. All right. Which number sentence illustrates multiplicative inverse? Okay, well, what does inverse mean? Does anybody know?
A fraction.
What's the inverse of 4?
Negative.
No, that's the opposite, not inverse. I know it's weird, right? Because it's a similar word. It kind of means the same thing. All right, 4 over 1. What's the inverse of 4 over 1?
104.
Okay. Equals 4 over 4 equals 1. All right, so the property is saying anything times its inverse equals 1. Anything times the inverse. 5 over a trillion times a trillion over 5 equals 1. Everything times its inverse equals 1. And that's what this is telling you. So 4 over 1 times 1 over 4 equals 1. You're looking for the one that equals 1. And it has to have fractions in it. All right. Keep that in mind. Hopefully it's not going to be on the SOL, but just to let you know if it is. All right. Now we're down to 4 left. Here we go. Kale used a certain rule to create the geometric pattern. Times, divide. The last one was plus minus. This one is times, divide. All right. So 3 becomes 12. Well, 12 divided by 3 gives you 4. So times 4, times 4, times 4, times 4. And you can check to make sure it works. It does. All right. So which one uses the same rule of times 4? 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. And 64 times 4 is 256. You can check in the calculator. All right. And then 4 times 4 is not 8. 48 times 4 is not 44. 88 times 4 is not 97. So it has to be A. All right. Times 4. Next one, not doing it. All right. That's another one. Probability. Done with that page. All right. We're on the last. There's no back on this one. So these 4 are it. All right, which word describes 5 in the number sentence shown? All right, so 5 is what? It's with an X. So it's not a term because it has an X with it. And it's not talking about the X. It says just 5. 5 would be the coefficient. Coefficient is codependent. It has to have a variable. Codependent, co-op, cooperating, cooperative. All the co-op things in the world mean 2. So just remember, they need to be together. The X and the 5. All right, so the number and the variable. Coefficient, variable. Together they make a term. If it would have said, what is 5x in this number sense, that would be a term. All right, moving on. Which number sense is used to represent all the values of n shown on the graph? All right, well, we know that here, n and 7. We know it's a number and 7. There's 7 because it's on 7. It's or equal to because it's a filled in circle. It's pointing right, so we're going to point right. So that's what we're looking for. B. Kyla spent that's just 15. $15 each week for 10 weeks. 15 for 10 weeks. The circle graph represents how Kyla spent her money of 5 types of items. Based on this graph, which appears closest to the total amount Kyla spent on books and music. All right, books and music in 10 weeks. So books, music, 10%, 25%. Well, 10 plus 25 is 35. So in all, she spent 35% of her money on it. All right, $15 each week for 10 weeks. All right, so we need 15 times 10 would tell you the total amount because it wants the total amount. So this is a high level question, guys. You have to first times and then you have to get the percent of that amount. So 15 times 10, pretty simple, would be 150. So 35% of $150. She spent $150 in all over those 10 weeks. All right, we're trying to find out how much on books and music, which is 35% in all. So look at my calculator, guys. This is where Desmos is going to save you. Everybody was getting this wrong in 2014, 15, 16, 17, and 18. This is 2019, guys. Y'all are going to get this right because you have an amazing calculator. 35%. The second you put a percent sign, it pops up the word of. You don't even have to put the word of. You don't have to put times or any of it. It does it for you. So of 150. 150, enter. 52.5. Look down here. All right, so what's the closest to 52.5? C. There you go. The answer. That's all you have to do, guys. That calculator is amazing. I love it. All right, we didn't have to divide it by 100 or turn it to a decimal, then times it and all that. All right, last one, guys. Easy one. All right, so right here it says 1 is greater than or equal to n. Well, is it telling me the truth or is it lying to me? Yep, the n should go first. The tail is pointing at n. It should still be pointing at n. It's or equal to. And then 1. So I'm looking for something pointing left. Well, this is pointing right. This is pointing right. All right, left or left. And which one has or equal to? D. So it can't be C. That's it. And guys, that is our SOL review. Amazing job, everyone.